Good morning, class. Myself, Mrs. Monica Parit. Welcome to science class. Chapter number 4, Nutrition in Living Organism. Yesterday we have covered holozoic nutrition. It's the first topic of the types of nutrition in animal. In that we have seen the unicellular animals nutrition. For example, we have took the amoeba. Today we are going to discuss the topic. According to type of food, animals can be classified as herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous are the basic three types. On their food habit we have classified this. Again two more will be in this, that is the scavenger and decomposer. So total we are going to see in this 5 types: herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, scavenger and decomposer. Now what is the herbivorous animals means? The herbivorous uses the plant as a direct food are called as herbivorous. For example, there are again three types of herbivorous are there. That is grazing animals, that means which will eat only grass. Granivorous animals, that will be they feed themselves on seed, or also they are called as seed eater. Third is frugivorous, that means the fruit eater. And if we see the basic only, then the herbivorous, those who will be feed themselves on the plant are belongs to the category of herbivorous. For example, cow, goat, deer. Second category is carnivorous. Carnivorous are those animals who will eat the flesh of other animals. Or we can also say that animals that are depend on other animals for their food are called as carnivorous. So, as they eat the flesh of other animals, they are indirectly depend on the plant for their food. That means the small animals who are the herbivorous animals, on them this animal get fed. For example, lion, tiger, wolf, etc. In this case also we can see animals that feed on herbivorous, that is the predator. Animals that feed on insect are insectivorous. Also insectivorous also belongs to the carnivorous, those who are feeding on insect. Third category is omnivorous. Omnivorous are those who will eat both plant and animal as per the wish. So the definition for omnivorous will be animals that obtain the food from both plant and animal are called as omnivorous. The example of this is monkey, chimpanzee, human, bear, crow, etc. Before we will move to the remaining two types, we will revise this. Herbivorous, those animals who will eat only plants. Carnivorous, those animals who will be eat the flesh of other animal. Omnivorous, those who will eat the plants and animals, both. Fourth type is scavenger. Fifth is decomposer. Before we learn this scavenger and decomposer, we will understand their work or their importance. Some organisms around us perform the function of cleaning and conserving the environment. Without them, the environment will not be clean by its own. So, they are the cleaners also considered of the environment. They feed themselves on the dead decaying matter. They are scavenger and decomposer. If we talk about the scavenger, They obtain their food from dead bodies of animal. For example, vulture, crow and hen. They are the well-known example for us how they are feeding themselves on the dead bodies of other animals are called as scavengers. Next is decomposer. Decomposer are those who will be decomposer are small microbes, not will can be considered as animal. They are the small microbes which obtain their food by decomposing the dead bodies of organisms or any other material. About decomposer, we can say that some microbes decompose the dead and decaying organic matter and convert it into the inorganic compound by decomposing process. Decomposers clean and conserve the environment while feeding this dead decaying matter. Otherwise, that if it is not, if the decomposers were not be there, then that garbage of that bodies will goes on collecting. So they are playing a very important role in a environment. Now before we start saprozoic nutrition, here is one extra information provided in your book that we will take a look on a page number 32. See this animal. The anteater is found in Central and South America. This picture is of anteater animal which is found in America. And if we talk about the India, the bobcat or udmanjar is an anteater animal found in India. So this is all about the Holozoic nutrition. In that we have seen herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, scavenger and decomposer. Now after this we have the type as saprozoic nutrition. Saprozoic nutrition is those in which it is the nutritions animals decompose the dead body and decaying organic matter and utilize it as a food. For example, insect, unicellular animals, houseflies, ant and spider. We have seen them. We have seen these small insects are feeding themselves on dead decaying matter. They belongs to the saprozoic nutritions. You can also say that they will obtain the nutrients by absorbing the liquid organic matter from the dead bodies of other animals or from the environment. Next type of nutrition we have is parasitic nutrition. Now this word we have also learned while we are learning the parasitic plant. The meaning of word parasitic is depend on other for their food purpose. It's called as parasitic. So definition you can say as some animals depend on other animal for the food. They can obtain the food only from the animals on whom they are depend. This is called as parasitic nutrition. So on which animal they are depend, that animal will be the host animal, and who are consuming their food from them will be a consumer of that. Parasitic animal having the two types, ectoparasitic and endoparasitic. Before we start these types, in your textbook we have few questions that we will answer first and then we will take a look at the type of parasitic animals, sorry. In parasitic nutrition, very first we have this question as, have you seen small animal on the bodies of animal like a dog, buffalo. Which are those animals? You might have seen this if you observed it carefully. So, that animal's name I will tell you. They are takes, or sometimes leeches as we call them. And what they were doing there? They are sucking the blood of that animals. From where do these little animals obtain their food? These parasites will obtain their food from the host animal. Who will the host for them? Dog and buffalo. From where do the worms in the intestine obtain their food? They are inside the body, inside the intestine. So where they will obtain their food? The digested food having useful nutrients in the host intestine is taken by the worm living inside the intestine of the host, and from there only they will absorb the nutrients. Now we will talk about endoparasitic and ectoparasitic. These are the few examples of parasitic. Some animals live on the body surface of the other animal and obtain their food by sucking their blood. It's called as ectoparasitic nutrition. Such animals example we can say as louse, bedbug and tick. They found on the surface of other animals and they suck their blood as the food. And whereas some animals will obtain their food from the host body by remaining in the host body. For example, animal like tapeworm, roundworm live inside the body of other animals and obtain their food. These are called as endoparasitic nutrition, and these animals are known as, those who will be on the surface will be ectoparasitic and those who will be inside the host animal will be endoparasitic. The example for endoparasitic will be tapeworm, roundworm. So here our chapter number 4 gets it's completed. We will next take a quick review of this chapter by this flow chart. Nutrition in plants and animals. Plants are autotroph, heterotroph, symbiotic, insectivorous and saprophytic. Autotrophic plants are those who will create their own food. Heterotrophic are those who will depend on other plants for their food. In that, insectivorous, that will be feed on insect and fulfill their nitrogen need. Saprophytic plants are feed on dead decaying matters. Symbiotic, two species of plant will live together to fulfill each other's need. Some will provide shelter and some will provide a food to the other plant. For example, lichen. In animal, we have seen this type: Holozoic, Saprozoic and Parasitic. In Holozoic, we have seen 5 types: herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, scavenger and decomposer. Herbivorous, those who will feed on plant. Carnivorous, those who will feed themselves on the flesh of other animal. Omnivorous, those who will feed on both plant and animals. Scavenger, those who will be feed on dead bodies of other animal. Example, vulture, crow. And decomposer are the microbes which will be feed themselves on dead decaying matter and help them to decompose. They are also called as cleaner of the environment. They conserve the environment. Saprozoic. The saprozoic nutrition is the nutrition in which the animals will obtain the nutrients for dead decaying bodies of other animals. For example, houseflies, ant and spider. Parasitic animals are those animals which will be depend on other animal for their food purpose. They can only obtain the food from animals on whom they will depend. It's called as parasitic. There are two types of parasitic animals, ectoparasitic and endoparasitic. Ectoparasitic are those animals which live on the body surface of other animals and obtain their food by sucking their blood. Is called as ectoparasitic, whereas endoparasitic will be the animals which will be live inside the host animal and sucks the nutrients of the host animals will be endoparasitic. The example of endoparasitic will be tapeworm and roundworm, whereas ectoparasitic example will be bedbug, louse and tick. On coming Thursday, we will start with the exercise of this chapter. Till that, you can find the objectives and note down in the textbook itself. And when I will provide you the exercise answers, that time you cross check and note it down in a fair copy of science. Your today's homework is from page number 33. Exercise question number 5th. You have to complete this question and you have to note down it in your notebook.